All right. Hey, what's happening, everybody? Rockhound Detroitlions here talking about free agency. Ain't nothing free in free agency. I don't know why they call it free agency. Ain't nothing free. It's costing a lot of money. Teams are going broke. Man, we got some news to share. All right, let's get into it, yeah? First, should I do this? Should I say that I got my primes on and I'm all out of bubble gum? Should I say that? I'm all out of bubble gum. You know who you are. You're the fat one. Keep running your mouth. Some people, man. Some people. I'm not going to go that direction today. I got men in suits for that. You had your warning. So let's get into this DJ Reed, man. Look, you guys knew I wasn't high on this guy. Not his size, not for me. But he's a hell of a football player. So I shouldn't have stuck this in my mouth. I can't talk and chew at the same time. All right, now we can try again. So DJ Reed, I think that I think it's a great signing. I do. And it doesn't matter what I think as far as, you know, if I'm high on the guy or not. I still think it's a great signing. I think he's a hell of a football player. You know, you're getting Aaron Glenn. Like that's what DJ Reed reminds me of. He's a scrappy football player. He's as gritty as they come. I'm sick of the G word, but he's a hard-nosed, down-to-earth football player. Like, he puts his nose in everything. Good ball skills. His mirror match ability is really good. I really like what he's doing on the field. But let me pull up some stats for Mr. DJ Reed. Earlier, we reported that the Lions didn't want to spend more than about $12 million per season. Something must have happened today with Carlton Davis where, I mean, communications like broke down quick because within minutes it was Carlton Davis is gone, DJ Reed is signed. Carlton Davis got way overpaid. $20 million a year, 3 years, $60 million all in. That's a lot of money for Carlton Davis. That's a ton of money for Carlton Davis. Of course, we don't know what the contract looks like totally. But DJ Reed, he got $16 million a year APY per this Lions deal. So 3 years, 48 million, I think was the deal. 3 for 48. Last season, he posted up a 70.1 coverage grade, 71.8 against the run, 71.8 against the pass rush, and overall 70.7. So 70s across the board. He only had one pressure. It's not a big deal. No interceptions last year, though, and only allowed 35 receptions on the season. He played 880 snaps, which, considering, I mean, 880 snaps, of which 501 were against the pass, and you only allowed 35 receptions? It's pretty solid. Let's take a look at what he did the season before. The season before, he was even better. He had a 79.5 coverage grade, a 70.2 run defense grade, overall 77.9. He only allowed 43 receptions. Get this, another 550 snaps, 993 overall. Pretty consistent. Pretty consistent work. Had 20 stops, which is phenomenal, and one interception in 2023. Passer rating allowed was only 85. So he's got great skill, right? We know that. I just wasn't high on his size. That's my whole thing. He's reported 5'9". He's also reported at 5'10". He's probably somewhere in the middle. And at 188 to 190 pounds, when you look at him, the dude is, I mean, he's ripped. He's stocky. He's got a set of arms on him. And I think that, look, I think he's going to fit in nicely. You know, you bring in another Bulldog like this, it's another Amik Robertson. You're going to have, my question is Amik staying? Because this, to me, is almost like another Amik Robertson signing. Are you really not going to add a true outside corner? Is Terrian going to be the guy at number one? Is this guy, you know, is Reed going to be the number two? Are they going to travel? I think that's the important thing that we're going to find out here soon. We'll probably have a DJ Reed, press conference. I would assume on Thursday, maybe Wednesday when it can officially be done. But DJ Reed, welcome to Detroit, man. Looking forward to get an opportunity to meet the dude. There's nothing wrong with a guy that has a last name with only 4 letters. I'll tell you that. Reed, Rock, sounds like a law firm. Reed and Rock, sounds great. Darius Slay, he's gone. He went to Pittsburgh. So we can forget about him. Thank goodness. Puna Ford, someone that I was interested in on the back end here. He's gone. He went to the Rams. Sam Darnold. So Eric made a nice call. I want to say it was this morning talking about Sam Darnold possibly going to Seattle. I didn't see that one coming from a mile away. I don't know why you would exchange Geno Smith for Sam Darnold and spend more money, but 3 years, $100 million, that's the exact contract that I said Darnold would get. Why the Vikings wouldn't pay 3 over 100? I have no idea. That's pretty damn cheap for what Sam Darnold did, to be honest with you. Yes, Zadarius Smith did get released a long time ago. Long time ago. Keep going through this here. Get you all your updates real quick. So since the DJ Reed announcement, Milton Williams, there's conflicting reports here. So it's saying that he went to New England on a 4-year, $104 million contract. And then earlier I read that he got a 3-year by like $48 million deal. That didn't make any sense to me. So one of them is wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and go here with what's being reported by Spot Track, that Milton Williams got way overpaid in a 4-year, $104 million deal. That's a boatload of money for a young guy. I had a great season, obviously won a Super Bowl, but that's why I try to run away from these Super Bowl guys, because they're going to get way overpaid. It's just part of the territory. Moving down the list here, seeing if there's anybody else that we were high on today or last week. I know some of you mentioned Paulson Adebo. Look, he picked up a 3-year, $54 million deal. And, if you paid attention to anything that I talk about, 3-year deals, like those are player deals. They love those deals. We're seeing a ton of 3-year deals this year. I think more so than last year. You've got your 1-year deals mixed in. You've got a couple of 4-year deals here or there, but largely what I'm seeing is 3-year deals this year, which benefits the player so that they can get another deal before they get too old. Khalil Mack, we obviously know, is back with the Chargers. $18 million. Ain't no way. Ain't no way the Lions will be paying that. Evan Brown, 2 years, $11.5 million for Evan Brown. That's actually a really good rate for them. $5.25 million. I know he had a rocky year last year, some injuries. All right, so let's talk about what is likely now. All right, what's likely now? What's going to happen? Wait, what did I just read about Fields? Fields is going to the Jets. I don't remember if I ever mentioned Fields going to the Jets. I don't think so. That's a good pickup for. Oh, here it is, official. 2 years, $40 million deal for the Jets. That's a crazy good deal for Justin Fields. I mean, you're not overpaying for a guy that could be a starter for you. You're not underpaying for a guy, that shouldn't perform like he should perform. And Justin Fields on your team just gives you an opportunity to now bring in another guy in the draft, and you don't have to worry. You've got a guy on the team that can play already. Yeah, it's been a wild day, everyone. It's been wild. I've just been kind of sitting back, waiting for some things to finally pop off. I mean, it was hot and heavy right at noon, but Twitter went down right away. And I was like, all right, well, that's not going to happen now. So I did mention that Zadarius Smith, likelihood of him coming back is greater than it's not. It's greater than it's not. So I am expecting that Zadarius Smith might have an opportunity to come back here in a couple of days. We'll see what happens. There was just a report. Wait, what is this? Hold on. Why can't I hear it? One second. Hold the phone here. So yeah, the Josh Sweat thing. There's a little bit of sea legs to this. All right, let me get this open here. All right, so according to Adam Schefter, this is what they said.
They got Kinlaw on a 3-year, $45 million deal.
Sweat's going to be one of the best signings in free agency.
Yeah.
Josh Sweat can rush the passer. Whoever gets him, the dude's just a bona fide pass rusher.
Go to Detroit. I'm just hitting on New England. I do think it's interesting. You've heard me.
Okay, so now let me give you what I really think. That was clearly someone dubbing that. They had to have. They had to have dubbed Schefter saying the word Detroit into that. It didn't sound natural. I think it's all BS. So I think it's all BS, to be honest with you. But we'll see. We'll find out soon enough. He's not going to last forever. Let's see here. NFL broke Twitter. Yeah, I think that it was, from what I heard, there was an attack. There was a cybercrime attack. What's the breaking news here that we're seeing? Yeah, we knew Sam Darnold was going to Seattle. We just talked about Josh Sweat. But I think that video that's circulating is garbage. I think that's dubbed. I think that they were talking about Josh Sweat, and then I think someone dubbed that in there. Oh, you're all good, Scott. Hit live, and then you get caught up. Who are the biggest winners today so far? Who are the biggest winners so far? You know, this year I didn't even put anything out about who I really thought was going to come in and blah, 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 blah. I didn't do it. Been too busy. We talk about it, but I didn't write it down, you know? I didn't write it down and put it out there. And ever since that Twitter went nuts, everything has just been lagging like crazy today. So I'm trying to get this information on Ode Ingbo. Like, if that's legit to Chicago, that's nuts. I mean, I might as well just go to my phone because something's not working here. Okay. Wow, so DJ Reed got $32 million guaranteed. I'm not surprised by that. It's a good number. That speaks to that $12 million a year that they really wanted to spend. He's going to have to earn the rest. Okay, so Milton Williams did get $26 million a year, so 112, way overpaid. Thank God the Lions didn't do that. And that's exactly why, you know, the report was, you know, Sebastian Day, that there is an opportunity if the Lions can't get somebody signed to help fill in with Aleem McNeil, that Sebastian Day might be the guy that the Lions bring in. Lions upgrade a bit at corner and save a ton on the contract. It's a win-win. I agree with that. So when you look at you know, the passing of the contracts here. 60 million going out to Carlton Davis, 48 going out, right? 48 going out to DJ Reed over the life of the contract. So the Lions obviously saving a good chunk of change here, which gives them an opportunity to sign another player. So if they're averaging 16 mil a year versus 20 mil a year, that's an extra $4 million a year. I don't got to do the math for you. You know the math. It's an extra $4 million a year. I mean, that just signed us Davenport. So we can get another player with that leftover money. But obviously Brad's not afraid to spend money. He does it every year. And so for all the fans that are out there hating on Brad and saying he doesn't do anything, he doesn't do this, doesn't do that, he does. You know, he again, I thought that we would bring in a free agent corner. I thought that we would go after another corner in this draft. And he started this season off once again in free agency with a corner. I'm not surprised. I'm really not. I've been steadfast in my approach and belief that that was going to be the most important signing again this season was corner, because of the fact of Carlton Davis and him not wanting to potentially be back for anything less than what we just witnessed. I'm sorry, but $4 million a year, that's a lot of money. A lot of people are going to say, but that's not much. Why couldn't we keep Carlton? That's a ton of money. $4 million is another player. And if you want to keep, you know, the guys that we have, you're going to have to save some money somewhere. It is a fact now, just reported Deo Odeingbo has just signed or will be signing with the Chicago Bears a 3-year, $48 million contract with Chicago. Damn it. Now that's a good signing. That is a really good signing for them. Unfortunately, they don't have any homegrown guys. Now, Odeingbo did not have a great run defense grade last year. He didn't have a great pass rush grade last year. He's fairly consistent, average guy. I think he, you know, was a little bit overpaid, but they must be seeing something in him that's a little bit more than what I saw. I mean, I wasn't high on him for the Lions or anything. I really wasn't at all. I mean, you guys saw my list in the article, but it's still a good signing for them because he has that what if factor at 6'6", 286. You know, what if I get good? And he could get good. So that is a good signing for the Bears. Still, F the Bears. Sorry. Have to say it. Oh, the hate on Brad, the short memory guys. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. You know, every year you get these people that come out and they run their mouth. That's all they do is run their mouth. They run their mouth about Brad. They run their mouth about me. They run their mouth about pass rush. They run their mouth about everything. And then they sit back and try to say, well, I told you so. I told you so. I said it first. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And who cares if you did? Point is, either a lion or you're not a lion. You're either in it or you're not. You can have an opinion. You don't have to agree with everything Brad does. But don't try to come back later and try to say that you had it all right from the beginning, because you didn't. I miss stuff all the time. I'll sit here and tell you I admit it. If I miss, I miss. I missed on DJ Reed. I did never once in a million years think that DJ Reed was coming to this team simply because we needed an outside corner. So again, that brings me back to my speculation. There goes Cameron Bynum. He is now going to be a Colt. 4 years, $60 million. Good Lord. That's a good deal. Get him out of the North. Wow. Big money being spent today. Big money. I guess I better sign in because that's probably why it's hung up. What about Justin Rogers' post? What did I miss? Uh-oh. Talk is he might pull out of the deal. Vikings signed Eagles cornerback Isaiah Rodgers. Uh-oh. DJ Reed's pulling out. Well, I hope she don't get pregnant. Hope the ink's not wet yet. I don't think it is. I don't think it can be. Who's reporting this? I need some music, man. Come on. Where's the music at? Come on, Brad. Turn up the music, buddy. It's kind of funny. There's people that claim that people copy each other, and then all of a sudden you hear that they're using background music now. Isn't that hilarious? Or you add breaking news segments, and then all of a sudden they do breaking news segments. It's hilarious to me. You see, I don't run and cry, because for every one thing that I do on this platform, there's 130 million other channels that have done it before me. Think about it. All right. I'm not seeing anything about this DJ Reed pullout game here. All right. Who reported it? Who reported it? I still don't see it. Appreciate you, that dude beast. Appreciate you, man. So yeah, I try not to be, I'm not vindictive or anything like that. I just, enough is enough, man. I hate to have to do what I have to do, but it is what it is. What am I missing on this DJ Reed? Like, this is not cool. You can't come halfway, right? We came 90, you come 10. That's how it's supposed to work. We came 90, you come 10. You don't leave us hanging after. Okay. I don't know. Wherever you guys heard it or saw it, post it, drop it in the chat, whatever. Tag me on X. I'd love to see it, because I don't see anything being reported. All right. So let's just say, what is this? Oh my. All right, so obviously with Carlton going to the Patriots, the more and more I think about that, he wants to stick with Terrell Williams. He's got other connections over there too, but they're really going to build something fun over in New England. I think that they're going to be bouncing back over the next couple of seasons. I mean, I don't think that they're going to come back this year, but it's going to be an interesting team to watch. They definitely have some pieces now. So on Justin Rogers' Substack concerning DJ Reed is still up as of. Why don't I see it? I'm in the chat. Maybe I'm not under my paid account, because I have two accounts. I have the one for the Detroit Football Journal, and then I have my paid account where I'm subscribed. You know what I mean? And maybe I can't see it. I should probably sign into the other one, I guess. Can you send a link, Trace? Is there a way to? Oh, you can't with the chat. Hey, if it happens, it happens, but man, that would be disappointing. Okay. All right. All right. So what do the Lions do now? What do they do in the first round? What do you expect? With what we've seen so far from Brad Holmes, which this is Brad all day. This is what he does in free agency. He comes out with one good signing, That was a really good signing. My opinion doesn't mean squat. DJ Reed's going to be a good football player, assuming he's coming to Detroit. He's stepping into a very good room. He's got good backup behind him right now with Kirby and Branch until something else happens. If, Kirby's not retained or something, which I'm hoping doesn't happen, but he's got good backup behind him. And for him to step in like that is, he's walking into a perfect situation. Aiden's going to be healthy. Davenport should give us a push. We still have DJ Reader. We need something up front, though. We need something up front right now. Who's it going to be? Who's still available? Top defensive tackles on the board right now. Josh Sweat's interesting, but I guarantee you, Josh Sweat is talking big money. If you're going to go after big money, Josh Sweat, why wouldn't you go after Trey Hendrickson? That's been the name that's been all over my message board like all day. That there's something leaking about Trey Hendrickson to Detroit all day. Josh Sweat's, he's asking $20.6 million. Okay, I get it. That's probably a cap savings, honestly. Because Trey Hendrickson, there's no way in the world that he's not going to get more than that. And I would tell you as soon as my computer stops spinning, I have no idea why. It's just spinning. I don't see any drop frames. Everything looks great. I don't know why it's spinning. Everything looks good. Okay, we can close Canva down. I guess I don't need Canva right now. Guess we can close this down too. All right, we'll free up a little bit of resources here. So if we look at Trey Hendrickson's deal, or what he should make, it's more than Josh Sweat. I can guarantee you that. I have no idea, Rob Brown, about Joey Bosa. No clue. No clue. Okay, so according to multiple reports, Trey Hendrickson is looking for 30 plus million. So 31.5 million is the asking price. A 4-year deal, 3-4-year deal. You're looking at 3 for 100, probably 26 million guaranteed per year. That's a ton of money. Could the Lions do it? Sure they can. They absolutely could. But then the question is, what about next year? What are they going to do next year? What about Aiden Hutchinson? We had that conversation this morning that, these contracts are getting so big. You're bound to lose some guys. So as far as Joey Bosa for me, yeah, if it's a cheap deal, which I doubt, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It's too much money, too old. He, as far as not producing anyway, not so much too old, but not producing, hasn't been producing the last few seasons. That's a really, big risky type of move, just like Davenport is. I don't know that you can have two risky moves. Both consistently injured. I'm less worried about Davenport right now. I know that last year was kind of a freak one. Now he did say, and I'm sure that he did the PR move today, talking about Marcus Davenport. If you noticed at the end of the press conference where he said, someone asked him about the injury and if the injury was intentional. He can't come out and say that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to come out and say it was, but he said some family members and friends or whatever were also asking him and saying the same thing, that it was intentional. But the answer he gave was kind of weird. Like, I would have done the same thing in that situation, get the guy off me. I don't know if that's the right answer. He didn't say that it was a clean move by Paris Johnson. He just he wasn't going to say it was intentional. I found that interesting today. I'm still rolling with what I found. It looks intentional to me. Trace, I'm not even on Facebook, to be honest with you. I'm not. So are you saying that they're saying that he's backing out, or are you saying that it's DJ Reed is still in Detroit? He's still on Detroit. Let me pull these guys up. God, there's so many Ian Rappaports now. How do you even know which one's legit? Good Lord. Okay, so I see the Ode Bingo. I don't see anything changed on DJ Reed. I think we're still good. Huh. All right, what else you guys got? Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good on DJ Reed until we're not. Wouldn't that be messed up that you agree and then you back out? I mean, how crazy would that be? I don't know that anyone's ever done that before. Where's Cooper Kupp going? Did I just see Cooper Kupp? Nope. Nothing about Cooper Kupp. All right, so let me get into the top free agents that are still available. Let's see where Brad's possibly spending some time. Man, there's so much action going on right now. I doubt any of these availabilities are going to be accurate. Yeah, we know Milton Williams is gone. We know that. All right, let's take a look at defensive end here. Players that are gone. Odeimbo, Putafor, Derek Barnett, still available, at least according to this list on Spotrac. Draymond Jones, DeMarcus Lawrence, Josh Sweat, Larry Ogunjobi, Chase Young, Charles Omenihu, DeMarcus Walker, Foley Fatukasi, John Kaminsky. I don't think John's coming back unless it's like the last week of free agency. Emmanuel Ogba, Tershawn Wharton. I could have sworn Tershawn was already picked up. I wouldn't mind seeing Tershawn Wharton enter the Lions Kingdom for a moment. I could have sworn he was already picked up. Anyway, Azeez Ojulari. Market value on Azeez right now. He's my top guy. He's the one that makes the most sense to me, but maybe not to Brad. 7.6 million per year. They're saying 2.15. I went 3 for 20, 3 for 19, and I think it would work. Azeez Ojulari, yeah, he's still free agent. He's definitely still a free agent. Joseph Asai is another one that I mentioned. He's got a really low cap hit, somewhere in the 3 to 5 million range per year. He'll be entering his 5th season. These are not high production guys. I mean, he had 5 sacks in 24. He only started 3 games, played in all 17 though, 576 snaps, so about 50%, and produced 5 sacks. I mean, that's really good production for 50% of the snaps. It'd be interesting to see what he could do in this defense. You know, sometimes it's all about where you are, right? It's not what you've done, because anything you've done in the past, it really doesn't matter. See, Brent says 2 first-round picks we could get. Shamar Stewart or Landon Jackson. Which 2 first-round picks? I know you're talking, we have 1. Are you saying some sort of a trade? T-Webs, Landry's gone. We know that. Mack is gone. Josh Sweats to Arizona. Did that just get reported? Really? De'Ami Brown has been traded. I'm sorry, De'Ami Brown has been signed. He is now with the Jags. Our cap is good. I wouldn't even worry about the Lions cap right now. Signing bonus to take care of. We'll take care of this year. What's going on in the market? I got to look at the other thing that's cooking here, which is stock market. Hold on. Oh, boy. Oh, my. Wow. Bitcoin has lost $20,000. Unbelievable. It just went down another $4,800. Wow. Yeah, it's a bad day. Another bad day. We haven't seen bad numbers like this since COVID. Dreaded C word. Yeah, Maureen Darnold is gone to the Seahawks. My computer's just spinning. I don't know what's going on here. It's just spinning. It's like all of these. I think Spotrac is just way overused right now because it's not working. It has to be the site. It's definitely not my, like, my speed's at 900 megs a second, so I know we're flying over here. Let's check out another one. It's just one of those days. All right, nobody likes over the cap. Over the cap's working. So Lions still have right now 52.6 million in cap space. However, I believe on Wednesday, like, they get their rollover money. If I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, but I think they get their rollover money from last year, which they rolled over. I think it was about 30 million. So does that mean that the effective cap space will go up to 80-ish that they can spend this year? Yes, it would be higher than, the traditional cap, but because they rolled it over, that money is on top of the cap that has to get spent this year. Reed came from the Jets, Kirk. Yeah, I'm terrible when Maureen, like, I can't say it for some reason. Maureen, I can't say it. A lot changed after a couple of surgeries. Like, there's just certain sounds that I can't make. It's not the same. Courtney Nicholson, I hope that's dollars, not thousands. I'm interested to know what happened with Detroit Lions rollover money. Let me text Justin real quick, see if he can tell us. Okay, so according to AI, it says the Lions carried over 23.7 million in unused cap space from the previous season. Now, this figure was used to help determine the team's cap space for 2025. So the current cap was 279.2. Oh my gosh. I just need to sign in. Can I please just sign in? So it says heading into the offseason, the Lions only had 44.1 effective cap rate, which effective is the number. The allergies are crazy today, man. All this nice weather. Effective cap rate is what I go by. And it is confirmed now that Josh Sweat has signed with the Arizona Cardinals. $4 years, $76.4 million. 41 million guaranteed. That actually is not a bad deal. So that's south of 20 million a season. That's not a bad deal. So that probably will help negotiations for Trey Hendrickson, because if Swat just got under 20 million a year, Myles Garrett gets 40 million a year. That just brought the number way down. So even if you were to average those two out, you're looking at, about 28 million a year for Trey Hendrickson right now, if you're going to utilize the two best numbers for, some of the best pass rushers in the league right now would be Myles Garrett and Josh Sweat. So we can erase Josh Sweat off the board. Yeah, Michael, we haven't heard anything. We have not heard anything. Couldn't confirm anything. Yeah, T-Webs, you're probably correct on that, but I get allergies every year. Started a couple weeks ago. Man, let's take a look at what's happening next. Lions out of the Sweat sweepstakes. That's funny. Okay. David Birkett just confirmed for everyone asking if the Lions deal with DJ Reed is done since he deleted his tweet. I got him on the phone very briefly, and this is what he said. Oh, boy. Oh, I got to sign in again. Come on. What is going on? Why do I got to keep signing in? Oh my goodness. What in the world? Sorry guys, just give me a second here. Please sign in again to continue. I just did. I can't stand the Detroit Free Press. I'm sorry. I've had nothing but issues with this subscription. All right, now we're in. This is what he said. So he said the Detroit Lions didn't waste any time landing. Here, you know what? Let me pull it up. I hear that people say I spew misinformation too. So let me make sure I share the article. All right. We'll make sure. So you guys know it's legit. God, I hate jealous people. There's nothing to be jealous of, man. We're all people. All right. I think we're good. All right, let's get into the headlines. Okay, so Dave Birkett said he had him on the phone. Didn't waste any time. The Lions didn't waste any time landing a new starting cornerback for the secondary. That this article's a little short. There we go. Anyway, the Lions are closing in on a deal. We already know all that. Blah, 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 blah. Reed was expected to sign. Blah, 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 blah. Keep on going. Keep on going. Okay, Dave, did you just catfish me with a link? It's the same link. I think Dave is catfishing people because it says, you see what it says, right? I got him on the phone very briefly, and this is what he said. And then I click it, and he comes right back to this. So what did he say, Dave? Here we go. That's what it's looking like. Reed said in a brief phone conversation Monday before ending the phone call to talk to his agent. Hold on. With the DJ Reed is done since he deleted his tweet. I got him on the phone very briefly. This is what he said. And he said, that's what it's looking like. So he is expected to sign the deal. Could have been a little bit more descriptive there, Dave. You could have said something like, yep, spoke to him. This is what I said. This is what he said. The deal's done. It's happening. Don't worry. Blah, 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 blah. Probably the things that I'll have to do when I go write an article when I'm done with this. So let's not worry about Mr. Reed at the moment. I'm not sure what's on the video. Which video are we talking about? What did Woodward confirm? What did they confirm? Yeah, so T-Webs, today it's not so much talk. So look, when Ian Rappaport and the other real insiders for the NFL, when they're confirming things or they're putting this information out, all the conversations that are happening today, yeah, they are superficial in nature, meaning nothing is legit until Wednesday at 4 p.m. when they can, I think it's 4 p.m. on Wednesday, that they can actually sign. Once they're signed, it's done. But between now and then, anything could happen. Anything could happen. They could, totally back out of the deal if they really wanted to. Oh, that's crazy, Michael. You know why? Guess who has one, buddy? Guess who has one? I haven't finished sharing that with everyone. I haven't released it yet. I've been hinting. All right, good deal. So DJ Reed is confirmed. He's all set. Good deal. Thanks, Trace. Trace has updated me too. We're all set. That's who I got to get connected with is some of these agencies. So Derek, Derek Lewis, what am I not telling you? I think I just gave you enough info to figure it out. When I actually have it in hand, I will, trust me, I will do a full video on it. A live. We'll celebrate. I put a lot of work into this. Trying to create some good relationships. And it's paying off. So, not paying off money-wise, because it doesn't yet, but connections-wise. Getting in a little bit deeper into this. Three years, $48 million. There you go, T-Web. Yep, there it is. Well, so Davis, he signed a $60 million deal. He did not want to come back. He wanted max money. He didn't care where he was going. I think that's the unfortunate situation here is Carlton's looking at his last big deal, and that's what he wanted, man. All right, so let's recap the last 30 minutes or so. Luke Farrell, tight end, is headed to San Francisco. Josh Sweat headed to the Cardinals on a 4-year, $76.1 million deal. Taliona Hufunga is now headed to the Broncos. So you remember all of those mock drafts that we were doing, and I was sending Kirby to the Broncos? Well, now you got your answer. That's not going to happen because they just signed Hufunga instead of trading for Kirby. Josh Palmer, wide receiver, is headed to the Bills. Samaje Perrin, running back, good running back, got a 2-year super cheap deal with Cincinnati. 4 years, 2 years, $38 million. Wow. Diami Brown went to the Jags, and Deo Odeingbo is now a Bear, or will be on Wednesday. Okay, so Montana Palazola wanted to know, which edge rusher do you think that the Detroit Lions will sign? My honest answer, no one. That's my honest answer. If we look at what the Lions have on this roster right now, it's kind of stacking up against us. You still have Mekhi Wingo coming back. He was an inside-outside guy. He's someone that could transition to the outside a little bit more this year. You have Josh Pascal, who got a ton of work last year on the outside. He could drop a few pounds this offseason and get a lot faster. He was great at Kentucky as an edge setter. One of the better ones that I compared to Nick Scarton. Very, very similar. Who else do we have on this roster? We have Marcus Davenport. He's back. Who else? Who am I missing other than Aiden? We've got to have more than that. Aiden. Pascal. Davenport. Wingo. Isaac Ukwu. So the Lions have 5. They'll probably have 10 come camp. So I think the Lions have room for 2 more. 2 more definites, right? 2 more guys that can definitely make this roster on the edge. So I would say that they're going to draft 1 for sure. Maybe 2. Depending on where their picks line up and what they do during the draft. But I'd be surprised if they get somebody. They're definitely not going to get a big name guy. You know, the rumor was last night before I went to bed that, you know, Azeez Ojulari, Sebastian Day was on the hook for a potential cheap option at defensive tackle. And Azeez Ojulari has always been the guy that I've had linked to the Lions. And I still think you could probably get something like that done. Relatively inexpensive. Watching what Josh Sweat just went for, there is no way that Ojulari is going to go for more than that. Looking at what Odeingbo went for, $16 million a year, he's not going for more than that. And who else? Poona Ford went for basically $10 million a year. Ogunjobi went for $7 million. No, I'm sorry, they released him. And that was a $7 million cap savings. I don't know why they have Milton Williams listed as a defensive end, but He's a defensive tackle. So when you look at the market here, I mean, I think that those three guys are in that market, right? Josh Sweat, Ojulari, Odeingbo. And when you combine it all, I think that you could probably get Ojulari for that 14, 12, 13, somewhere teen ratio. Bring him in. I would in a heartbeat. I mean, you have to. Yeah, Trey says Bears spending all their money again, attempting to buy a team. They do it every year. They do it every year. Wow, Grady Jarrett is now going to the Bears. What? Unreal. It's a good player. That's a good player. Let's look at his PFF. Average at best last year. Pretty decent in 2023. About the same in 2022. Pretty consistent. 4 sacks last year. 35 tackles. Probably played about 65% of the snaps. He's a good football player. 6 foot, 305 pounds. He's a little bit undersized. I'm not sure about his arms, but I think his arms are a little bit shorter, which that's not going to help against the Lions because our guys have extremely long arms on the offensive line. Yeah, F the Bears. Every time we see something about the Bears, it's F the Bears. T-Web says, I hope the Brad trades back, gets picks, then trades forward. Hey, man, I'm right there with you, dude. That's exactly what I've been doing. That's where I'm at. King SJ, hey, buddy, how are you doing, man? Good to see you in here. Interesting move, cheaper than what Carlton got. Yeah, it's a good move. Salty Pork Chop says, F it, trade for Trey. We don't have to trade for Trey, do we? Isn't he getting released? Isn't he getting released at some point, like Wednesday, if they can't get a deal done? Okay, so what do you give up for Trey? Lions gave up a 3rd-round pick for Carlton last year. They gave up a 5th and a 6th for Zadarius Smith. You would be bringing in about a $20 million contract if you brought in Trey Hendrickson this year. And I do apologize. I'm going to have to go here pretty soon because I got to go pick up doggy meds, and then I'll be back later. And by then, I'm sure Brad will put pen to paper. Yeah, so you're bringing in about a $20 million deal this year off of Trey Hendrickson's last remaining year, but no guaranteed salary. So there's going to have to be some sort of a deal in place when he walks into Allen Park if something like that were to happen. Again, are you putting him in the Josh Sweat category? Are you saying that he's better than Josh Sweat money-wise? I think that the things that we recognize is Josh Sweat's not 31 years old. Trey Hendrickson is. But then again, age is nothing but a number in this league, at least today. I have no idea, T-Webs. I honestly have not watched anything with college lately. Give Hendrickson a 3-year, $32 million AAV. Jeez, oh Pete. What do we do with Hutch? What do we do with Hutch? That's the problem. What do we do with Hutch? Because there is no way, Mr. Thomas, what's happening? There is no way we're going to keep him then. I mean, something crazy would have to happen. All right, I'm definitely jumping off here in a few more minutes. I'm going to hopefully get... Oh, there goes Sebastian Joseph. Come on. 1 year, $7.5 million. Pope. That would have been a good deal. Lions must be working out something. They got to work something out today. They have to. And if it's not today, it'll be tomorrow. It's going to be crazy for about another 3 hours, and then it's probably going to tail off. No word on Aaron Rodgers yet. So he was linked to the Steelers earlier, which I thought would never happen. And I had him linked to the Giants, which is a possibility. Okay. All right. I don't see anything popping right now. I'm going to take a quick break. Sebastian Joseph Day, he just went to the Tennessee Titans 1 year, $7.5 million. I'm curious. I don't even remember what I wrote down for him earlier and what the speculation was. I'm curious what I wrote down now. If you guys haven't, do me a favor, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow. And then every 100 subscribers, we do have to give away a mini helmet because we promised. I should give one away right now, as a matter of fact. So before I jump off, let's make sure I do that. But earlier when I was talking about Sebastian Joseph Day, which article was that in? Was it the updated one? I think it was. The updates one. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, link to the Lions on a short-term deal is all the information that I had. I didn't have any numbers. So we know that's gone. I guess we can update that now. And you'll notice in my articles that I actually will put a timestamp if I update something. Because some people don't do that. They just change their articles and they don't, they're just not trustworthy. 25. Signing with Titans. 1 year, $7 million. All right, that's updated. Done and done and doner. So that's it. The last bit of rumors that I had going into today was the Lions are reportedly interested in signing a mid-tier defensive end to bolster that line depth ahead of the draft. Now, spending upwards of $11 million a season. That's not Trey Hendrickson. That's not, like a Josh Sweat, which he's already gone. Who could it be? I think that's the biggest question that we're going to have to figure out here is who could it be? And we're probably not going to know. We're probably not going to figure anything out until it gets released, honestly. Because it's Brad just works in mysterious ways. He really does. I had a hot list, though. Where's my hot list? I'm trying to find it. Here we go. This is my hot list when I wrote the article about Zadarius Smith's update. Jamie Sherwood, we know he's gone. He signed with the Jets, 3 years, $45 million. So we still have Azeez Ojulari, Joseph Osai, Malcolm Kuntz, Josh Uche, and Matthew Judon so far have not been signed, at least that I know of. There's been no talks yet that any of those players have been re-signed or signed away. We're expected to sign with a different team. So that's good news. I think that one of those players could meet the demand, not only for cap purposes, but meet the demand for the Lions on what they're attempting to do to strengthen this defensive line before they get to the draft, so they don't have a bunch of holes to fill, which we know Brad doesn't really fill holes on draft days. So, all right, let's do this. We got to give away a mini helmet. And there's a couple ways I can do that. Let Let me see if I can scroll and do a stop. Here we go. Let me see if I can scroll. Let me try it another way. Live chat. All right, so do me a favor, start pumping something into the chat so I can get more chats in there that I can pick one. I'm going to scroll and just hit it. I need more people in here. Yeah, there we go. F the Bears. Pumping something. I like it. That's hilarious. All right. Let's get it going. Keep on rolling with it. Make sure you hit that like button. Once we get it up there, we're going to draw. We got about 120 people in. Someone's taking home a mini helmet today. All right, a couple more and then we're going to roll. Why did we cut Z, Mr. Thomas? Well, honestly, it was a simple math problem. Z was going to count $5.24 million towards the cap next year, and he was going to be about $11 million this year. So about $16.25 million for Zadarius Smith for one season. That's a lot of money for Z, especially when you look at the deals that were just handed out. You know, when we look at how, I don't want to say inexpensive because it's not inexpensive, but Josh Sweat, I mean, he signed a deal for less than $20 million a year, and the Lions are about to pay Zadarius Smith about the same amount of money that Josh Sweat was going to make for 1 year. I get it. I mean, it makes more sense now. That's a ton of money for a really old defensive end. Now, here's the kicker. The rumor is Zadarius Smith may be back, but we won't know until Wednesday because he officially has to be cut and then brought back, right? So there's your answer. It was too much money. And it makes sense. And I agree with exactly what they did, even though I wish I would have had him. I wish we would have had him in this season. All right, so I'm gonna look at you guys. I'm gonna scroll to the right so that way I can't see who we're picking. It's gonna be random, and we're gonna go F the Bears on 3. Ready? Everyone just say it together. 1, 2, 3. F the Bears. Stop. That didn't work. I won. How the hell did I win? All right, let's try that again. One more time. 1, 2, 3. F the Bears. It was Dan Howard. Dan Howard. And he said F the Bears too. Good for you, Dan. Congratulations. Good for you. So the way it works here, Dan, is you just got to send me an email, buddy, at mailbag@rockedon.com. That is mailbag@rockedon.com. I'll dump it in the chat. And then also mailbag@rockedon.com also doubles as the mailbag for the new Detroit Football Journal. So up top in the posted chat there, the posted tweet, whatever you want to call it, message, that's the new Detroit Football Journal. That is my Substack site that I'm starting to blog or write again, if you will. And so if you want topics talked about, dump it into the mailbag email, and then I'll get to it once a week. So Dan's the man. Howard, you won. So please send me that email. And we got many more to do. So get out, subscribe on your way out. I'll be back here in a few hours, and we'll have some more information about Brad Holmes and the Detroit Lions on this free agency Monday. You guys take care. Go and probably go Detroit Lions. We'll see you back here in a little bit. Bye-bye.